Yo guys, what is going on? Got some more BT9 gameplay. We got Armor Rush over on the right. Gonna start off with a pretty standard Vmon plus Flame Dramon play, and then gonna go off onto the left. I'm playing Green Hybrid. You already know I love this deck. I will never stop playing this deck. So it's really cool stuff with lots of really powerful green cards, such as Rapidmon, your Ancient Beetles, lots of powerful green tamers like Mimi and Izzy, which I actually think is a really underrated one, at least this format. We are going to go ahead, pass turn with that, and then our opponent will start with the Vmon. Go ahead and putting us 2-1, not trying to trigger the Mizzy effect to give me the +2 memory. So it kind of acts as a deterrent from your opponent from swinging at your security. When they inevitably do, you will get that +2, as well as the ability to be able to warp into a level 6. We are going to use the Samadhi Santi to go ahead and suspend the Terriermon there to trigger the draw off of the Gummymon, as well as suspending the Flame Dramon, and then going into Rapid to suspend the Vmon, and then all of the Digimon that are suspended will get -5k, thus clearing the board. So really disgusting combo there. I still think Rapidmon is a really crazy card. We are going to counter that with the Vmon and Breeding plus the dual color searcher to be able to play that from hand. Our opponent still is at 1 here. We could definitely see maybe another armor or something. Flame Dramon, Rapidmon, or Rhydramon rather, would be maybe something we'd expect. We do see the Flame Dramon in hand, trying to decide whether it's better to leave that in the breeding or out in the main battle area. I'd probably do it as in the breeding area as well if we're not trying to use that this turn. We are passing turn with the Flame Dramon. They're putting me to 1, and then I'm going to start with the Terriermon in breeding. I'm going to go ahead and swing at security with the Rapidmon at 6,000. Not really too concerned if it dies or not, because of the armor purge effect, of course, is really strong there. Probably going to just start playing some more green tamers here. I think I got some hybrids in my hand, but probably lacking in the tamer department. We are just going to pass turn with the 2-cost Izzy. I still think that one is really relevant, especially because it's a 2-cost, but of course synergizes with the Rapidmon as well, making Rapidmon an effective 2-cost when you evolve it over your Terriermon, because you're gaining the memory off of suspending an opponent's Digimon. Flame Dramon is going to go ahead and swing at security here, hitting the Mimi Joe, which is a really nice addition to the green hybrid deck. I think it's a really powerful card. Basically, it gives me +1 memory depending on who controls a suspended Digimon. So since we both control one at the start of my turn, I will gain the 2 memory. And of course, being able to trigger draw 1 anytime one of your blue or green Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon by battle synergizes perfectly with the whole theme of this deck. So our opponent will play the Vmon, putting me to 2 memory. Of course, at the start of my turn, both Mizzy and the Mimi Joe will trigger, giving me 2 memory from the Mizzy as well as 2 memory from the Mimi Joe. Since it is at the start of my turn, it is before my unsuspend phase, so it actually does count my Rapidmon as well. So both Rapid and Flame Dramon will give me that +2 memory, putting me to 6 memory. So we are doing some disgusting things with all of this memory here. I've got the Terriermon, so another Rapidmon would be really broken right now, but just instead going to play the Bokomon for a cost of 3, revealing a lot of hybrids here as well as 2 Ancient Beetles. Gonna probably pick up one of the Metal Kabuterimon. Since we've got a lot of memory to work with, it's probably gonna be good to start digivolving our tamers to try to cycle some cards, maybe delete things by battle to trigger some draws. We are going to go ahead and delete the, or rather attack over the Flame Dramon, armor purging into the Vmon. I am going to go ahead and digivolve the Izzy for a cost of 2, but of course gaining 2 memory off the Pokemon, making it free. Gonna go ahead and swing at the Vmon here, triggering draw 1 off of the Mimi Joe, putting up 4 Digimon. This turn, our opponent's just got a single Vmon here, so not really worried about what he can do. We could see something like a Plasma Shot. That would be really devastating to my board, but I am actually just going to start swinging with the Terriermon to try to get some bodies off the field, so I'm not punished too terribly by that. I did play the Bokomon this turn, keep in mind, so not going to be able to attack with that. We are just going to play the Mimi to pass turn to put our opponent to 1, so you would have to have Hammer Spark plus an armor plus Plasma Shot to be able to kill the Bokomon. Not sure how many armors he has in Grave, so not sure if he could kill the Rapid and the Metal Kabuterimon as well. We are just going to put him at 1, going to hatch the Upamon there, and he's going to Digivolve into the jamming Vmon. Not sure what he can do with just one memory. We have not seen an Awakening of the Golden Knight yet, but we are actually going to see the Hammer Spark Flame Dramon going to Digivolve that for 2 Flame Dramon. Could definitely attack over, say, the Metal Kabuterimon here to try to clear a body to prevent lethal maybe. I would have to have double hybrid here to finish him off, but of course I do play quite the count. We are going to just pass turn with a Davis Ken, putting me to +4 memory, putting me to 7 or 8 rather, because he did put me to 4 with the Tamer there. So we are going to go ahead and Digivolve the Terriermon just to draw some more. Swinging into security with the Rapidmon, going to Armor Purge since we got deleted in that battle. And then just going to start Digivolving into hybrids most likely. We are going to gain the memory off of the Pokemon, of course. Going to go second Pokemon here instead, probably lacking some hybrids in my hand. So going to reveal Beetlemon, add that to my hand. Going to Digivolve Mizzy into Beetlemon for 2, and then gaining 4 off of both of the Pokemons. Revealing and searching yet another hybrid. Being able to search more hybrids off of the Beetlemon when you're lacking them is just so broken. I absolutely love that. About this, we are going to swing Rhino into security, not triggering any effects, but going to add the Awakening of the Golden Knight to hand, and then a Magnamon from trash to hand. Going to then hybrid our opponent for a game. You reveal the triple Megadeth, which was definitely really unfortunate draws for him. But we are going to let him start, or rather he's going to choose to start. So Vmon into Flame Dramon to start things off. I'm going to go ahead and hatch my Gummymon, which I think is just such a nice consistency booster for the deck. I've said this before. I just absolutely love the new support we've been getting in EX2 as well as BT9. Gonna go ahead and pass the turn with the Bokomon to try to cycle some cards there. And then Flame Dramon is going to swing, of course, drawing off of the Upamon, hitting a Mimi, which is definitely really great for me, setting me to 3 the following turn. Our opponent will then play the starter deck Vmon, searching some cards off of that, searching a free attribute. And then we're going to go ahead to evolve our Terriermon in the breeding area. I do have the Samadhi in hand as well as some other cards, so definitely thinking about that now. Usually with a green hybrid, you don't want to evolve your Mimi. It's really like a last resort, so unfortunately not going to be able to, or rather I probably won't want to evolve like into a hybrid here. We are actually just going to play double Tamer, so going to play JP as well as Izzy. Izzy is fine to evolve over just because his effect is usually like rarely used and he's mainly a 2-drop, and then JP is definitely the one you want to evolve over to gain that piercing. Flame Dramon is going to swing security into the Metal Kabuterimon there. Checking 1, putting me down to 3 security, I believe. And then Vmon is going to swing security as well, hitting the Mimi Joe there. So going to be able to start with some extra memory for if he keeps that Flame Dramon on field. Possibly if he has like something like Awakening into like a Magnamon, he could play around that. Like, did you evolve that into a regular Magnamon? We are actually going to see the Awakening for a cost of 3. You can ignore the color requirement since you've got an armor in play. And then going to go ahead into Magnamon X. Magnamon X is a pretty annoying card to deal with. He basically has the all turns effect where I think it's all turn. It might be opponent's turns. You guys get the gist, where basically he's an 11,000 Mechanori. Any Digimon that would attack, he can redirect that attack to himself. And then if it would be deleted, you can basically put it on top of your security to recover 1. Effectively armor purging, but instead you're just recovering. So we are going to promote the Terriermon Digivolve Beetle for 1, gaining 2 memory, revealing some cards, and then adding the Metal Kabuterimon plus JP off of the Beetlemon is just such a nice +2 there. So if we've got the Rhino plus Ancient combo, we could definitely out the Magnamon X here. We are sitting at 5 memory, so plenty of memory to work with. Going to go into Rhino Kabuterimon for 1, drew into something really crazy that you guys are going to, you're going to see here in just a little bit. So we are going to suspend the Mimi here, Digivolving the Terriermon, to cycle some more cards, and of course putting that pressure on next turn. Like I said, I'm not going to evolve on Mimi anyway, so I'd rather just be able to utilize her effect. I am going to go Rapidmon for a cost of 3, suspending the Vmon and then -5,000 to both of them. Now I could definitely gain a memory off of Izzy here as well. I think I don't trigger it, which is a little bit of a misplay, but the Magnamon is sitting at -5k, so we are going to attack over it with the Rhino Kabuterimon, blitz into the Ancient Troy. They'll do battle, and then Magnamon will, instead of being deleted, will put himself at the top of security, and then Flame Dramon is minus 5,000, so it will actually just be deleted after that interaction. Piercing won't go through, unfortunately, since the Digimon wasn't deleted by battle. So our opponent is going to follow it up with a Vmon swinging into security, hitting a Betamon going into the Magnamon, unsuspending, and is plus, I think like 6,000 or something, pretty big. But regardless of how big he is, I've just got so much pressure on the board that I'm not sure my opponent will be able to prevent that. Samadhi Santi is also a really annoying card for my opponent to deal with. So I'm going to suspend the Pokemon to be able to draw 2 cards off of both the Rapid and the Terriermon's Gummymons, both of their inherited effects, and then preventing my opponent from blocking it. So we know the Magnamon X is on security, so I'm going to go ahead swing with Ancient Troy, going to hatch another Digi-Egg with the Mimi there, going to go ahead swing into security with the Rapid. Hammer Spark will not trigger, unfortunately, for my opponent since we got the Terriermon on field. So definitely really nice feeling right there. We are going to then just go ahead and Digivolve the Izzy into the Beetlemon for a cost of 0, effectively revealing some cards, taking probably another Beetlemon and a Beetlemon, and just searching some more cards is really crazy. Actually just going to add the Rhino Kabuterimon instead. Rhino being able to evolve for 1 is really memory efficient, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Still allows me to hybrid on top of the Mimi Joe if I need to. And then we're just going to actually swing into security. Not really worried about the Magnamon since it's not going to unsuspend, and then we are going to just blitz into the Ancient Beetlemon. Our opponent will go ahead and hatch the Upa, staring down 5 Digimon, 6 next turn, as well as some pluses off the Dual Tamer as well as the Mimi there. So going to start with 5 at least during my next turn. So unless he's playing Dexmon or something, Dexmon would be a pretty nasty answer to this field because it would clear the top 3 Digimon there and then devolve both of the Ancients, putting both of my Rhino Kabuterimons back in field. I'm not sure it would save him, but it would still be really nice. We are actually just going to see Shakumon instead. Hard Digivolving that for 4, recovering 1. Going to go ahead and start with 5, of course, because of my Dual Tamer here. And then I think my opponent can see the writing on the wall. We are just going to swing with Ancient Beetle first. It is going to just trash the top card, no piercing, since there isn't JP underneath it. But trashing the Megadeth was pretty nice. We are going to then swing Ancient Troy, swing the Rapidmon, and then just swing the rest of my Digimon at security. So guys, that is going to be a game. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. A lot of fun to make. Definitely enjoying Green Hybrid as well as Magnamon X's format. Let me know what you think of the decks down in the comments below. But that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.